Banks are really facing a very tough time these days. On the one side, they have to digitally reinvent their businesses, and on the other side, they have to transform their existing business. Digital transformation and digital reinvention are two strategies they have to pursue in the next couple of years. Even more in the next couple of weeks, months to come. But why this urgency? Just recent, our new customer loyalty report, where we interviewed more than 80,000 customers around the globe, released that mobile banking usage alone increased from 2013 to 2014 by 19% in 1 year. That shows the acceleration of the overall migration process of our society into a digital world.
Disruptors in many markets, born out of accelerators and incubators, are really eating into the revenue pools of the banks. Take, for example, eToro, a social trading platform, allows users to trade, but also to recognize and draw insights from the patterns of other investors, and even to copy their trades. Lender, a lending platform in the US, in California, is revolutionizing the mortgage marketplace. They've taken what is traditionally a 57-day process in the US and compressed it down to a couple of weeks, and are now looking to take that to 7 days.
As a result, large parts of the revenue pool are at risk. We calculate this in EMEA for Italy, Germany, and France, and came up with conclusions that 30 to 35% of the revenue pool are actually at risk.
This rise of digital startups almost represents the third wave of technology innovation. The first wave, if you think about it, was the telegram coming in and really disrupting the whole branch network. And then along came the mainframe computer, and we saw ATMs and credit cards coming in. And most of the time, the banks were copying each other in terms of how they were implementing this technology, the new technology. That's no longer the case. It's now disruption is coming from the outside. It's coming from entrepreneurs who are coming up with some amazing business models, some of them which we have indicated, and they have the ability to attract millions of customers at a very low cost very quickly.
What banks need to decide is not whether they respond to this change, but how they respond to the change. Mm-hmm. Where are they going to invest? How much are they going to invest? And how are they actually going to create a different experience for their customers by transforming processes that exist today, but also reinventing the processes and creating processes for tomorrow.
Digital transformation really works from inside out. It's incremental steps of the organization towards the digital world. You really need to change the culture to implement digital reactions, behaviors in your organization. Learning to manage that change really will focus a lot of time of the managers to execute that.
Digital reinvention, by contrast, starts from the outside-in perspective. It's really about putting the customer at the center of the conversation and asking simple questions. What did they do? Right? They, buy a house. They save for a daughter's education, and it's those kind of things that matter. It then tests innovation to really see what latent demand is out there to come up with new digital horizons, right, and new digital models. There's always a risk that the innovation will cannibalize the bank's existing business, but it's much better for the banks to cannibalize the business themselves as opposed to wait for some outside attack to come in.
Banks really have no choice. Either they have to reinvent themselves as strong digital entities, or they probably fade away as the customer base erodes. Just imagine if mortgages can be reduced to 5-7 days delivery. Imagine when some fintech startups can reduce that whole process to 2 days or even 2 hours. What will happen to the incumbents? Banks really have to speed up their digital reinvention.